Sandeep, over to you.
So once again, we in IGBC welcome all the CRADAI members and national president and all the leading developers and CRADAI members for this wonderful event on the World Environment Day. We in IGBC are very fortunate to enjoy the amazing support from CRADAI members across the country. Especially for the last 1 month, we enjoyed the overwhelming response as our national chairman, Mr. Gurmeet Singh, met Mr. Bomman Irani, the president of CRADAI. And then this Green Crusaders has been started by Mr. Shekhar Reddy, who is a champion and who has done several times in Hyderabad. With this leadership, we are able to take it up along with the CRADAI national leadership with the support of each one of you across the country. Now may I request Mr. Shekhar Reddy, the chairman, IGBC Hyderabad chapter, to address us and take this very interesting and very exclusive program, which the entire CRADAI members and IGBC stakeholders were all looking forward. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Anna.
Mr. Shekhar Reddy Garu, you're not audible, sir.
Sandeep, Shekhar is not audible. I don't think they can hear us also. Puneet, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you, sir.
I'm calling Sandeep because we can't hear Shekhar. We can't hear Shekhar. We can't hear anything you're saying. You have to start from the beginning and we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you? Okay, shall I repeat?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We haven't heard anything, sir.
Today's our guest, Mr. Bomman Irani, and our Gurmeet ji, Sri Ram, Anand here, Sandeep, and other friends. So, good evening to all of you, and also World Environment Day wishes from all of us. So, whatever initiation we have done from CRADAI and IGBC, is I can only say is only starting, because a lot of awareness is required across the country. We have some leading developers, they have been practicing IGBC for the last 20 years. Year on year, they're coming. But most of the developers in tier 2 cities and some of the developers in the tier 1 cities also, they are not aware of the entire procedure of IGBC, the entire certification, fee structure, everything. Now, what we have done last time in the virtual session, our colleagues could explain what is the procedure involved, what is the fee structure, and we need to do maybe once or twice. Maybe I request Mohammadji, our presidents, also chapter presidents, so not only state president, even chapter presidents also we should invite next time. We should have more and more awareness program, and they should know it. And another thing is to make it very successful, let them take the ownership. And I request the CRADAI national president to give some sort of, we can even help the CRADAI to give a target, a minimum target for every city, depending on their potential, or every state. We can indicate, we can give some indicative figure, and we can also work it out with the state president, what will be the regional number, and also time. We can also give a time of, instead of 1 month, we'll give the next 1 quarter. next 90 days time, we'll plan it, and wherever it is required, the IGBC persons will go and physically they will interact, or they go to the monthly meetings of the CREDAI, the federation, state federation, and the chapters, and also we can also do the virtual shows also. Then people like me, Sriram and everybody, Ajit from Chennai, many people who are already involved. There are more than 10 chapters are headed by the CREDAI developers only. We can all together as a teamwork, we can take it forward. And with initiation for the last 15 days or so, 10 to 15 days, I can say we got a good response. Can I get the number?
50.
Yeah, tentatively, we got about 71 projects registered, and equal numbers are in pipeline. Maybe next another few weeks, another 70 people will be registering. Then this is only exclusive CREDAI, and we have also non-CREDAI about 138. So all put together, we have crossed 200. This time we crossed 299 projects. We have done it. Put together about 126 to 150 million square foot. This is the first meeting we have done it, and I hope this will multiply. The CREDAI maybe next 3 months. My hope, and I can even guarantee to Babanji, we can reach next 3 months minimum 350 to 500 projects. With the active participation of the chapter president, we can minimum reach 500, and the next quarter again another 500 we can reach. So this is what from my side. So Anand Garu, Gurmeet over to you. Gurmeet, over to you.
Yes, sir. Let me congratulate all of you on World Environment Day. Well, there are 8 facets to wellness, ladies and gentlemen. You know, there is financial wellness, there is emotional wellness, there is a mental wellness, social wellness, spiritual wellness, physical wellness. What is the most important wellness?
Sir, your audio is not so great, sir. Gurmeet sir.
It's not so great. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
can hear
We
you
can.
loud and clear. There just seems to be a drag in certain words, so that could just be your Wi-Fi. But please continue.
Okay, I was telling you there are 8 facets to wellness, but the most important facet to wellness is environmental wellness. Because without environment, if you are living in a hill station which is sinking, or there's an earthquake and your workplace gets destroyed, environment plays a very big role in all our lives because it can affect all the other wellness quotients of our lives. And so I would like to wish you a very, very happy World Environment Day today. And I'm pleased that our partnership with CREDAI has started. How many projects, Shekhar Reddy Garu, you said? Because I have 50 listed here. You gave a larger figure.
So exclusive CREDAI 71.
Okay,
and
71 today.
Equal number is in pipeline in various stages. They are not yet registered. And about 138 is non-CREDAI.
Okay, so our target, of course, with CREDAI is 1,000 projects by 2025. And of course, moving towards the net zero goals of net zero water, energy waste, and thereby carbon. Currently, as you know, there are 10,700 projects registered with IGBC, totaling to a footprint of 1,030 crore square feet. And of course, we are the second largest green building council in the world, aligned to all the national standards of the country. So whether it's NBC, whether it's ECBC, which we are also rewriting as the Energy Conservation and Sustainable Building Code, which covers waste and water, not only energy, and this is going to be mandated in the country. So we will have to anyway go green with the ECBC, with the Bureau of Water Use Efficiency, like the BE, which is also going to get mandated. So my congratulations to CREDAI and all the members. There are lots of tangible benefits for our projects where we will save energy to the tune of 30 to 50%, water to the tune of 30 to 50%, enhance air quality. I must tell you, there are a lot of green buildings, and I can share examples with you where the human medicine, if you test the people working there, their medical parameters are 20% better than the neighboring buildings, like the Paharpur Green Center in Delhi and many other buildings like this. So there is enhanced health, there is enhanced air quality, excellent daylighting, health and well-being for occupants, conservation of scarce natural resources, and of course, enhance the marketability of the project because it's certified green. And of course, the green aspects that you put in, you have to go for a recertification every 3 years. So you have to make sure that the green aspects are working and well within the promised parameters to the residents. Our headquarters in Hyderabad now, which costed us 18% more over a conventional building in 2003, with a 7-year payback, today is a net energy positive building. It produces more energy than it can consume. Currently, we have done a study of 4 residential. That day I was talking about cost and somebody was saying, no, the cost is much more. But we have done 4 residential projects across the length and breadth of the country, north, south, east, and west. And we have found that a residential building costs 1 to 3% more than a building which is not certified. Because of the fact that there are more than 7,000 green products today, which are certified under the Green Products Council of the CII. And therefore, for example, a waterless urinal, which was 13,000, has been brought down to 2,000 rupees today. The cost of, because of the economies of scale, the cost of products used for green buildings, which are sustainable in nature, low on carbon, low embodied carbon or embodied energy, are today costing less than what they were costing earlier because they've been manufactured in India. Currently, as I told you, more than 10,700 projects. So even the parliament now has been pre-certified. We have given a provisional platinum rating. The entire Central Vista also is going to go with IGBC. And there are lots of projects across the length and breadth of the country. Whether you take the Kedarnath Temple Complex, the Tumkur Light Helicopter Factory, you take the Goa Mopa Airport, you take the 750 metro stations in India, all the metro stations are certified by IGBC. So we certify everything in built environment, including green interiors, green villages, new construction, new buildings, or even existing buildings, commercial and residential. So I think this partnership that has started with CREDAI, we have a long way to go, where we have to make sure that all builders build only net zero buildings beyond 2030. And we must convert all existing buildings to net zero water, waste, energy, and carbon by 2050. So, Mr. Boman Irani, there is a lot of work we have to do together. The Prime Minister has committed carbon neutrality by 2070. As I said that day, we won't live for the next 47 years to see this. We have to do something now together. Thank you very much for this partnership, sir. Let's work together to make India green. Thank you.
We request Mr. Boman Irani to share his special address.
First of all, a big thank you, Shekhar Reddy ji, Gurmeet Arora ji. It's really a pleasure to speak to all my members and all of you on this platform. One of the first things that I should do is congratulate and give my best wishes to every one of you on World Environment Day. And this day is very important for us today and years to come. We will all be extremely happy that we took the steps that we did or that we will starting here from. I want to say one of the earliest motivations that we had for green building started in the year 2005, and in our own way, in our company, we built our first STP. You have to believe me, I took a big drubbing for it, but every time, like a good developer, the more drubbing you give me, the more I study a subject and the deeper I go into it. And the first members did not appreciate it. They said, oh, there's too much smell, etc. Technology was also not all that great. But we've learned now that that's important. And today, those same members are extremely happy with the building. Let me tell you a few things that are very close to us at CREDAI. And I must say out here that one of the biggest things that drives us is the letter from our Honorable Prime Minister that came to us or came to me on the day that I was taking over the responsibility of leading this lovely organization to a greater path. And he spoke about everything that I have put into an acronym called growth. He spoke about green construction, right? So that is the first thing it starts off with. Growth starts off with green construction. He spoke about reform, and reform is all of this. It is everything that is internal to our companies in the way we'll operate in the long run. It is also reform in the way we'll work with people. Now with RERA, with green norms coming in, I think this business, which touches every one of us, will continue to be a driver of the GDP, provided we do the right things at the right time. Of course, with this, we have got the opportunity to build a whole new India. Everything that we have been doing, you've seen India has been the outlier. Today, the rest of the world is in throes of issues, problems, etc. But India continues to be the sweet spot, the place where most of the investments are coming in. This also happens due to the women empowerment. And I'm very happy to see, I was going through the list, and before I start saying ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to check how many ladies are there. And I saw about 6 names that are women on this group that are listening to us. So women empowerment is again very close to CREDAI. Transparency in all our dealings, Gurmeet, you'll be, you already know with the way we communicated also. We kept full transparency. We said, look, this is what I think is important. So transparency in all that we do, so that we can achieve the Prime Minister's vision of housing for all. It didn't happen in 2022, but so what? We can still do it, and it's important for every one of us. And I keep telling the world, roti, kapda, and makan. You give a person roti, you fed him for the day, you kept him happy. You give him kapda, he's thrilled. He can wear them for a few days. But you give him a makan, and you've given him something to cherish for generations to come. You give him a makan, he builds his dreams around it. His entire life changes. He's got something finally that in a way is so dear that he doesn't want to let go or lose. And this is the path to progress. And this is where the entire change takes place. Okay, my friends, I'd like to say that the world is going through possibly a crisis at this moment in time, and we as real estate developers have to understand that construction leads to, I think, 30% of the environmental pollution. And it is only because we did not know so far. It was a parameter that was not measured, and that is why we were not taking any steps on it. Today, with this parameter being measured and there being enough and more opportunities in technology to make these changes and guidance, in terms of what can be done, that this parameter, which is getting measured, will get changed, and we will continue to grow in our ability to create absolute green buildings. I want to make a special mention of my president earlier to me, Mr. Harsh Patodia, who mentioned, who took the clarion call, or who gave the clarion call to CREDAI and said, if India wants to be carbon neutral by 2070, let us as developers aim to be carbon neutral by 2050. And I'm saying it's not important that each and every one of us becomes carbon neutral, but even if those of us that are in the cities that are creating the major stock that is going to come out of our companies, we become carbon neutral, we will make a big change for the future. And remember, leaders who do, everybody else follows. We need to, as leaders, continually move ahead. And I have seen in our own company, the cost of building a green building is not terribly higher. I mean, there are certain numbers that Mr. Gurmeet Singh gave me and Shekhar Garu gave me, that the cost is actually reduced. Maybe not today, but in the time to come when more of us go green, green technology should be a lot more cheaper. And in the long run, I can tell you the satisfaction that comes out of building a green building. More importantly, the fact the savings that come to all our residents is huge. Just today, I am shooting out a mail to all my developers to start with the first immediate visible small steps. Avoid plastic water bottles in all your offices. Okay? Do not give your brochures, etc., in plastic bags or single-use plastic bags. More importantly, your construction technologies, go out there and speak to your teams and ask them what is it that we can do different to be a little more green going forward. And I've written this mail personally from our chairman at CREDAI, from my president-elect and I, and it is a humble appeal to each and every one of my members to start with those small visible steps, because that, action will also make you continuously remember that you've got a larger goal of going out there to achieve carbon neutrality for all. You have mentioned it, Gurmeet. It is very, very important for all of us to understand that we have only one planet. I know Elon Musk is going to take us to Mars, but not all of us can afford it. We have only one planet, and this planet needs taking care of. And if this planet needs taking care of, it is really the developer fraternity that will lead this charge. The automobile industry has started doing it. We will lead this charge. we will continue to work till such time as we achieve carbon neutrality in all that we do in our buildings, and make sure that my children and your children and those generations after us thank us. They will first curse us for being the ones who kind of made the changes so many that, you know, the situation deteriorated. But in the long run, I want them all to say thank you to each and every one of us. And I hope they have a memory of this start, of this change that has started today, that they can cherish in the long run and keep it in their minds that we were the ones that made the change, that made their lives better. And towards that, I personally at our company, Rustamji, commit to this movement at the same point of time on behalf of all our members. And we have got 13,000 plus developers in the country. I commit on behalf of these developers. Shekhar Garu, you are an esteemed member. You've been a president at CREDAI, and I'm sure you know that we will achieve it, right? It's just that once the path is shown to us, we will go out there and get things done. I can assure all my members that this is a continually sustained movement. It started off earlier with Harshji mentioning this. I am taking this very seriously. Shekhar Patel, who will follow, will do the same. And all presidents that come into CREDAI going forward will keep working towards our members' benefits, towards the benefits of the lives of the people that we house, towards the benefits of the lives of the people that we touch and the cities that we develop. And I'm very happy to state out here that the Maharashtra government itself has taken some very many measures. Gurmeet, you were mentioning to me about the new parliament building. You were mentioning to me about so many things. I can tell you the government of Maharashtra has woken up to this challenge and is doing a great amount of work in making sure that at least all the raw sewage that the city used to throw into the sea is being changed. And even the way new roads have been made, the kind of investment in infrastructure of metro railways are all very evident, essential ways to make our city breathe a lot easier in the future. And I'm very happy to be a part of this industrial state. And we as developers have also committed to keep working in this direction. I'm very happy to note there are two different numbers between us, but I'm very happy to note that 71 projects of, I'm told 71 projects of CREDAI members have been registered, but please believe me, this is the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot more, there's an avalanche that will come this way, and we will get a lot more of our members, going in for green buildings. And 32 million square feet is already being registered or in the process of being registered with you. And this Green Crusade campaign will only grow, and our members will stand shoulder to shoulder and make sure that we make this a super success. Once again, to all my members, remember, a tree is planted by the Father so that the Son can reap the benefits. It is you and I that need to move ahead and do what is right today so that our industry continues to grow, continues to become or be known as a champion of change, and can achieve the results for our future generations, children of yours and ours, who can then live in a better world thanks to actions that we have taken today. Thank you, all of you, for your presence here today. We will look forward to being guided. We will look forward to being continually shown the path. We will look forward to interactions with you on a continuous basis. We will look forward to working with you to make sure that our business or our industry achieves carbon neutrality before the time that the country would want to do that. So Gurmeet, just going back, let's live for the next 30 years and let us see this change happen. I'm sure both of us will. We are both in great health and all of us will, because the environment will become that much better. With that, I offer my best wishes once again and all the best to all of us on this journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Irani. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, Rotary, Kapda or Harit Makan. Green Makan. Anyway,
Yeah, that is really an inspiring and encouraging special address by Mr. Bomanirani. Thank you so much. And now, moving forward, we have an important presentation. All the developers who are interested to take the green building movement forward, we have a special session on the way forward, how to make the projects green and also net zero. We have with us Mr. M. Anand, who is the Deputy Executive Director of CII IGBC. Over to you, sir.
Yeah.
Hope I'm audible, Sandeep. Puneet? Yeah.
Sir, you're well audible, sir, loud and clear, sir.
Thank you. So once again, very happy to be part of this very, very important program and very beautifully articulated by Mr. Bommanirani Saab on the acronym, newly formed acronym growth, which was highly inspiring for all of us. I will keep the presentation very brief. With the support of CREDAI members, we started off our journey and the support of Indian stakeholders, all the construction industry stakeholders. IGBC, the Indian Green Building Council, is spearheading the green building movement since 2001. So here, once again, we in IGBC are very pleased to be part of all our initiatives are led by CREDAI members. Golden opportunity, the kind of support you all give, it is overwhelming. We started our formal engagement by signing an MOU in the presence of Mr. Shekhar Reddy in 2011 at the CREDAI conclave in New Delhi. Then we renewed it in 2015. Then very recently, just before the COVID, Mr. Satish Mega's presence, we did it in Hyderabad. So when the recent new leadership has taken over, Mr. Gurmeet Singh met Mr. Bommanirani and all the top leaders in Mumbai. And the press conference of the new leadership was amazing, which gave an enormous amount of impetus and brought in new, deeper commitment from all of us from IGBC and the stronger relationship. So we in IGBC are all available for every CREDAI members project across the country in order to understand the project requirements and provide all the necessary support. So as you are all fully aware, nevertheless, I'll take only 2-3 minutes before the felicitation program happens. IGBC is part of CII, formed in year 2001 with a vision of enabling a built environment for all and India becoming one of the global leaders in sustainable built environment by 2025. IGBC, you are all maybe aware that we are a founding member of World Green Building Council since 2004. All our activities, including today's joint initiative of CREDAI and IGBC on the Green Crusaders, will go all out across the world through the World Green Building Council. So as you are aware, our own building is a world's greenest building title in year 2003. As Mr. Bommanirani mentioned and as Mr. Gurmeet Singh, our national chairman mentioned, we always believe in continuous improvement. Though our own IGBC headquarters has got the world's greenest building title and India's first platinum rated project, we improved on various measures in enhancing it to the green futures, and every day, every minute, we measure and monitor. We in IGBC always believe in monitoring the energy savings, and in 2019, by having enormous amount of improvement, it has become a net zero energy building. So as far as IGBC is concerned, like what we have 5 fingers in our palm, the definition of a green building is very simple, but it encourages, inspires each one of us. Preserve natural resources. As Mr. Bommanirani beautifully articulated, we wanted to preserve the environment. The World Environment Day is all about beating the plastic pollution and restoration of the ecosystems. So that is what we believe in. This definition has been defined in 2001. And number 2, uses less water during construction and occupancy. Many CREDAI developers has brought in very innovative and unique measures in order to save water. 3rd is on optimizing energy efficiency. 4th is on generating less waste. Last but not the least, and the 5th one is providing healthier spaces for people. So that has been done very beautifully. All these 5 are completely in alignment with our own ancient wisdom of 5 elements of nature, our own great-great-grandfathers who have discovered thousands and thousands of years ago. So it is in complete alignment with all the entire 5 elements of nature. So IGBC rating programs are not new to us. So what it started is a one building IGBC headquarters. Today, with the support of CREDAI members and all the Indian construction industry stakeholders, 10,900 plus projects amounting to 10.26 billion square feet is adopting IGBC's rating program. So very recently, on February 5th, Honorable His Excellency President of India, she has unveiled the report by acknowledging India adopting 10 billion square feet in the CIA Silver Jubilee event of IETF in New Delhi. IGBC is the only rating program council in the whole world which has 31 different rating programs. Most of the CREDAI developers who are into residential projects, affordable projects, villas, or the high-end data centers, commercial projects, all of them are adopting every single rating program of IGBC. They are also adopting a lot of villages. The full credit goes to the CREDAI members in supporting IGBC's Green Village, IGBC's Green School, apart from the commercial projects and the residential projects. So our rating programs, when we develop, it is not that only 100 people from IGBC develop. Hundreds of people from government, CREDAI, and other agencies and other stakeholders are actively involved in every single rating program development. All our IGBC rating programs developed and in practice are all in completely alignment with sustainable development goals. All the sustainable development goals are aligned with our rating program development. Every single CREDAI member who has adopted our rating program by design or in a deep retrofit in an existing projects, they were able to showcase on an average or a conservative basis 30% reduction in their energy bills. Very, very conservative figure of 50% reduction in the water savings. So 23 billion annual electrical units are saved from the 3,500 plus projects which are operational as we are talking. So these 23 billion units of electricity saved can illuminate 65 million village households. Similarly, 73 billion liters of water is saved per annum within this 3,500 projects. When I say 75 billion liters, it may look very small. That is equivalent of 2 months of water requirement of a big metro city like Hyderabad. So by adopting IGBC's rating programs, these 3,500 plus projects are able to reduce the carbon dioxide emission to the tune of 19 million tons. That is equivalent of knocking off 22 million fossil fuel driven cars. So this has been able to add more value in bringing down their energy bill for the CREDAI members' property, as well as to the end users, as well as bringing down the water bill. And it has a bigger impact beyond the boundary of reducing the CO2 and providing a much better planet Earth for all our generations and generations to come, as you heard from Mr. Bomanirani. So we are all also able to felicitate more than several thousands of megawatt of renewable energy which has been integrated in many of the CREDAI residential, commercial, and other projects across the country. We are also able to divert construction waste reaching from landfill, as well as upcycling many of the construction and demolition waste. And as Mr. Shekhar Reddy mentioned, IGBC's projects are able to bring in enormous amount of fresh air, daylight, which provides a wow effect and enhances the hygiene and sanitation and health levels. So we have done several studies along with World Green Building Council, and these are all the numbers which has been documented. Productivity of the people working in green buildings in India goes up by 32%. There is a reduction in absenteeism levels of the employees working in a green building certified by IGBC. There is a decrease in allergies and asthma of the occupants working from green buildings. So there are enormous amount of intangible benefits by adopting IGBC's rating program and incorporating various green features. So ladies and gentlemen, to put it in a nutshell, by adopting IGBC's rating program, there is a substantial tangible benefits in energy consumption coming down, energy demand itself. Many of the CREDAI developers' properties across the countries have proven their energy demand, what they sanction demand, initially they go with the state electricity board, has come down substantially by adopting our rating program. Reduction in the water consumption, intangible benefits are many. And then we are also able to get several government initiatives with the support of CREDAI members and all the leading construction stakeholders across the country. The faster clearances for all our CREDAI projects, time is also equally or much more than money actually. So when you adopt IGBC rating program, get a pre-certification, you are able to have a faster clearance or out of turn. Apart from that, 13 different states across the country, they offer enormous amount of other incentives, which I will not go into the details. So IGBC rating program has become a national by choice and global in performance. Every single project which has adopted IGBC rating program, which has done it, all the green features can proudly say that this is the world's best of the best, eco-friendly, people-friendly assert actually. So this is a globally, we can say that proudly. And we in IGBC, under the leadership of our executive board, also creating a demand from the demand side, the end users, be it a corporate guys who are looking in for a rental or a lease in a corporate properties, or an end user planning to buy a home. How we can create a more and more demand, that also we are not doing, we are doing it much better. For example, a survey has been conducted a few years ago. Earlier when we started the movement, people always used to talk about the energy bill and the water bill coming down. The recent survey says that people are more concerned about bringing in more daylight, fresh air, cross-floor ventilation. Ventilation is top of the agenda actually. And 30% of the people wanted daylight. Then comes the energy and the water. So this is completely in alignment with IGBC's rating program also. The green homes are there. Green affordable homes as a part of the Pradhan Mantri's Awas Yojana. We have an exclusive affordable housing rating program. And even when you handed over the project very recently to society, how all your green features can be acknowledged and you can get a certificate. We have Green Residential Society. These are all very unique, first of its kind in the world. So 3 different rating programs only for the residential sector. And you will all, with the support of CREDAI members, 21 lakh dwelling units are going green with IGBC. So together with CREDAI, we can proudly say that 21 lakh families, even if you take 4 family members per dwelling unit, enormous amount of people are living in a eco-friendly, people-friendly, and an amazing green space. So I'll not go into the details how it works. It is a very simple rating program, cuts across the various elements. 100 points are available for every single project which is adopting for IGBC's green rating residential projects. So these are the many features. And based on the green building features brought in by the developer, the architect, MEP consultants, material manufacturers, we are giving 4 different rating programs, 4 different rating levels. One is on the platinum, that is a global leadership, and the gold for the outstanding performance or the national excellence. Silver is for the best practices certification level also. So there are 4 levels available in every rating program. So as you heard from many of my earlier speakers, earlier people used to worry about the cost. Cost is not at all a big concern. The technology is available. The awareness levels are there. It can offset the incremental cost also. Even if you invested 2 to 3% more, it has a very good attractive payback period of less than 18 months or so nowadays. So though it has our own center has costed 18% more, that was 20 years ago actually. So the more and more CREDAI developers demanding green buildings from the designer, from the architect team, from the MEP consultant, from the manufacturers, from the suppliers, there is going to be a spiraling down of incremental costs coming down. We are already able to see it in the last several years. Same is the case with green homes. In fact, green homes, the incremental cost has come down to less than 1%. In some of the select project which is adopted by design, that is what my colleague, my national chairman, Mr. Gurmeet Singh was mentioning. It is much lower than the conventional homes. So more and more products are coming up. So the certification process is very simple. Me and my colleagues, 100 colleagues and engineers are all available for every CREDAI project. The registration will take you only 2 minutes and 25,000 rupees. You log on to igbc.in. It will take hardly 2 minutes and 25,000 for even for 1 billion square feet of your own project. So the system is well evolved with the support of CII and all the stakeholders. We have put an enormous amount of ecosystem in bringing in 6,000 products are available certified by IGBC as a Green Pro. So we are able to add, enhance for even CREDAI members. One of the biggest advantages is pre-certification. Even before breaking the ground, based on the design, if your projects are already pre-certified, it gets an advantage to go to the market and say that you are having a high performance glass, renewable energy, number of rainwater harvesting pits, STPs, native species, all of them are going to provide a beautiful spaces for the occupants and the tenants and the leases, so that you will be able to market and even attract a premium or having a leasee or a tenant for a longer duration also. That has been done in many projects which has got pre-certification from IGBC. I'll not go into the micro levels on the certification process. All I want to say is IGBC's green building rating programs are very simple. You need not be an engineer and architect to understand how IGBC rating program is demanding in green buildings. So it is very easy to understand. The approach is very unique and simple. Number 2, it demands the best from the architects, designers, MEP consultants, and all the project team members involved in an IGBC project, so that you get the best of the best right from the architects to the manufacturers. Third is, as you heard from us, it has a profound impact on your energy bill, water bill, as well as on the environment actually. When our buildings, CREDAI members building adopting IGBC rating program consume less energy, less water, it is going to consume less power and less amount of oil and coal are burned in our power plants. So your emissions are going to come down. It has a greater impact. So under the leadership of Mr. Gurmeet Singh, we launched the mission on net zero. So as he heard, the step-by-step approach of IGBC is very unique across the world. We cannot jump into net zero carbon directly. Being a developing country, we have our own priorities to have a housing for all, as Mr. Bomanirani mentioned, the poverty elevation, infrastructure, hospitals, schools, all of that has to come. So that is the reason IGBC has taken a net zero approach very uniquely, having a net zero energy to start with, net zero water, net zero waste. Many CREDAI members projects across the country, they have adopted all the 3 rating programs like energy, net zero water, and net zero waste. So eventually it will become a net zero carbon. So we in IGBC are very proud to be a part of CREDAI as an MOU partner. We will be more than happy to do a free feasibility study. Special discounts are already approved by our executive board members. You heard from us a couple of days ago. Timely delivery. We are also investing heavily on the enhancing our ecosystem, both on the IT as well as on the people. We'll be more than happy to address all your concerns and take it forward. To sum it up, ladies and gentlemen, we in IGBC see a huge opportunity lying in front of us. 70% of India, what it will be in 2050 or 2070 is yet to be built. So all of them are driven by CREDAI members and developers, as beautifully articulated by Mr. Bomanirani. I would always again quote. So there is a tremendous benefit for all of us, to the nation to get benefited, the society to get benefited. All of us can be proudly say that it brings in a sense of pride. We have done something different. So ultimately, the IGBC's approach is to enhance the quality of the life. Even if I am not able to articulate because of the want of time, one message I wanted to leave is, by adopting IGBC's rating program, we are going to enhance the quality of the life of the people who are going to get into your own project, which is IGBC certified. So places where we live, places where we learn, where we work, where we purchase, where we play, where we travel like airports and metros, all of them are going green. So I would love to sum it up by having saying the quote unquote from our Dr. Premsi Jain, who was our past chairman of our council, quote unquote, he said, if we can change the way you think about building, maybe what you build will change the world actually. So we in IGBC are always available for every support. We in IGBC, once again, very proud to be part of the CREDAI members for celebrating the World Environment Day in a very unique way. Over to you, Sandeep. Thank you.
One suggestion from me. Bomanji, one suggestion. See, we have 4 ratings, as Anand has described, the platinum, gold, silver, and certification level. The certification level will not cost anything more. It's almost, if you can take certain precautions while planning, at the initial stage, it won't cost more. So, a CREDAI member in the society, it should be different. It should be treated at a different level. So, why should not? It's a suggestion to you. Think it over and brainstorm within our with our friends. Can we make whichever builder, CREDAI member is taking more than 100 apartments in a project? Why should not we make it a mandatory as a IGBC certification level? That is within our what you call a discipline, within the CREDAI discipline among our, it is a voluntary. It's a voluntary because with 100 apartments means in almost every state, either guidelines are already there, STP, rainwater harvesting, everything is already, whatever IGBC is asking, it's already in the building rules or somewhere. It won't cost him, it's only the awareness. In fact, IGBC can demonstrate cost-wise also. So in the next meeting, any project, any developer, let them send it to us. We'll give the entire costing, their costing and our costing, and if there is any gaps are there, whether a regular building and IGBC building, any gap is there, anything to add it, is there any cost for that, or a substitute product, we can demonstrate a case study. It won't cost more. That I think the trade.
Shekhar Garu, we have a long way to go. We'll keep working on things as we go along, and we'll continue our dialogue. And I'm sure there will come a time when we'll do a lot more than what we've announced today, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Anand, for detailing the whole impact of green buildings and also the way forward after raising the projects for green building certification. Mr. Gurmeet sir, you have a request.
Is there? We can hear you.
Yeah. Gurmeet sir, can you hear us? Yeah. Yeah, I think now we are, sir, you able to hear us, Mr. Gurmeet sir?
Sandeep?
Yeah, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, I would.
Gurmeet ji, we lost you.
You know, there is on the Q&A one question from one Mr. Bihang Parekh asking that material availability for green building, is it available in Ahmedabad? I think that's a question. I think one of you can just take a note of this gentleman's query and then respond to him directly rather than bring it on this. Thank you very much for raising the question, Mr. Parekh.
Yeah. Now, let us move to the important part of the whole celebrations. We have all the CREDAI members who have been part of the Green Crusader program. I request the Gurmeet sir, Boman Irani sir, and as well as Shekhar Garu to applaud the Green Crusaders who have been participated in this particular event. I'll go in a row. First, we have the Green Crusaders from CREDAI, Tamil Nadu. We have the projects from Alliance Villas Private Limited, the Lakes Edge is the project, SSPDL Limited, Park Center, Demonte project. Both projects were registered from SSPDL. Ramayanam Real Estates Private Limited, Bharatwaj and Tulsi. Navin Housing and Properties Private Limited, Hillview, a Brigade Enterprise Limited has registered their project Brigade Icon Residential. United Living Space, their project United 49 have been registered from Tamil Nadu. We have now the list on the screen. We have the projects CREDAI from the CREDAI Telangana. We have the project from SSPDL Limited, their Suri Nilayam project. Ace Corp Group for Private Limited has registered the commercial project Ace Delago. Follow Me Estates has registered the 3 projects, their Infinity, Palazzo, and as well as their upcoming residential project. Ramke Estates, their project Ramke 1 Genex Towers. Daman Infra projects, the project name 414. Hallmark Infra, the 2 projects, Imperia and County. Northern Star registered their North Star Sanctuary Villa project. And the list for Telangana is continuing. We have Dev Infra registered their signature Karan. Bonsai Housing has registered their Ebony project. APR projects have registered the 3 projects, Hillside, Eterno, Golden Leaf. We have Marana Estates have registered their Mihira project. Inkar Group, their Lake City project. Giridhari has registered has their project Happiness Hub, and Invina Homes, their upcoming residential project. Now we have the Green Crusaders from CREDAI, West Bengal. We have from the Bilani Group, their projects Ayana, Savoy, Viraya, been registered. Madgul Towers LLP has registered their Madgul Angan. Bengal Park Chambers Housing Development Limited has registered the Sunrise Bowlad. Soham Group, their project at Canal Road. Mellin Group has registered their planned residential project which is coming into Park Street. We have the projects from CREDAI Maharashtra, Patil Shah Housing, God of Pandan, Hari Vijay Infracon, Kalpana, Space Developers Corporations, the project AGK Ventures, Lotus and Lily. K. Raija has registered the BR House and Raija Vistas. Godrej Properties Limited has registered the project Godrej Pimpri Phase 1 and Phase 2. Goel Isha Developers, their Orient, Nanga Orient. And Shop Group has registered their Jadhav House. We do have projects from CREDAI Chhattisgarh. We have Avinash Developers Private Limited from the Raipur. There are 2 projects, Lagoon and Avinash 1. We have from the Jharkhand from Panache Realtors, LLP, their 2 projects, Tide Tech, 72, and they one more phase of 72. Aztec Sun Growth Adobe, their project in Ranchi, Aztec Hills Ranchi. And we have a project from today, Andhra Pradesh, this SRK Infra Projects, SRK Destiny. Yeah, and I think AP, we have 3 more projects from MEB getting registered parallelly now when we are having the seminar now. That shows a lot of the encouragement the CREDAI members are coming across the states. From the Karnataka, we have again the Brigade Enterprise has registered their Celestia and Valencia group, Valencia project. Century Real Estate has registered their project Jatur. Divya Shri Developers, their 77 Life. SBR Group registered their Earth and Sky project. And from Kerala, we have today Kerala, we have Verma Homes registered their Verma Gardenia. And not just the few more credit chapters today, Rajasthan, Sun and Moon Group registered the project, the Hub from Jaipur. Today, Punjab has from today, Punjab, we have Innovative Housing and Infrastructure Limited, PCL Gateway, Chandigarh. And from the CREDAI Uttarakhand, Luminous Power Technologies also a factory. Good to see not just commercial spaces, but residential houses, but also the factories of various CREDAI members been existing in this process. From Western UP, we have Orson High Tech Infrastructure Private Limited, their Gaur Manhattan, and as well as CREDAI Haryana, BPTP Limited, the greenhouse. If you look at today, across India has registered around 71 projects across India. And if you look at the built-up area, it is around 40 million square feet. The total built-up area from CREDAI has been registered. I think a big round of applause for all the Green Crusaders and CREDAI members. And need to mention that when we initiated this Green Crusader project, we got an immense response from other projects across India, like the government projects, railways. We do have projects from the financial sector and RBI, HDFC, and many more. The projects are around 138 projects, accounting to around 86 million square feet. Put together on this wonderful day of wonderful World Environmental Day, we have around 209 projects registered, which is according to around 126 million square feet. The credit goes to all, and very parallelly from our chairman, every Green Crusaders have been receiving this certificate parallelly to their email ID, which has been registered with us. This particular certificate is for the registration of your project on this occasion of World Environmental Day. And with that, I congratulate all the Green Crusaders who have participated and making this event a successful one. I request Mr. K. C. Ram to share his concluding thoughts.
My heartiest congratulations to each and every one who have registered your projects, and genuine plea to the rest of you to please go ahead and register your projects with IGBC for green ratings. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Sriram, you can unmute and speak, please.
Yeah.
You were again muted.
Yeah. Audible now?
Yes, yes, sir.
Sandeep?
Yeah, you're audible and visible, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, Boman, Gurmeet, Shekhar Garu, Anand, and all the various facets of IGBC who are on the show, and all the panelists also on the show. It's a great pleasure for me to come up with the concluding remarks. And because I wear 2 hats here, being part of the executive board at IGBC and the executive council at CREDAI. So I think I will be delivering this concluding remarks on behalf of both of us. 2 dominant organizations in their respective spaces. CREDAI almost represents close to about 80% or 85% of the constructed organized real estate in this country. And IGBC also represents almost about 80% of the rated green buildings in our country right now. So 2 organizations with dominant positions coming together. Obviously, it has to create something like nuclear fission, because this is what's going to happen. And it's so nice that this entire Green Crusader campaign has come up, and really hats off to Shekhar Reddy Garu for spearheading this. And we really have to thank our immediate past president, Mr. Harsh Patodia, who has come up with this idea that the entire CREDAI fraternity all our projects are going to go net zero by 2050. It's a very big, tall ask, but let us start taking baby steps, and towards that we have made a very good beginning today. And I think somewhere here we got to just take a few minutes to really realize what we have already done. This is something which nobody speaks about. So if you really look at this, that now, for example, if you take the real estate and the construction industry together, because we are very close brethren there, if you really look at it, we are one of the biggest consumers of coal in the entire world today. I mean, we're a very, very coal-hungry country. A good part of our energy comes out from coal. And we are one of the biggest producers of steel in the world now. So all these, either the coal industry or the steel industry, that generates a huge amount of waste. And through our concretes, what we're using in all our projects, we are actually because I always call cement as a gigantic scavenger, because this is concrete is the biggest man-made material in the world, and concrete actually scavenges the entire waste coming out of the power industry, for the coal waste, and from the blast furnace slag. All this actually, we as an industry are actually already saving the environment in a very big way. Just imagine if we and the construction industry were not using slag or using the fly ash, India would have been in a very, very, very tough situation. So this is something which we all need to be highlighting. This is something we're already doing. Nobody talks about it, unfortunately. The other thing which is very important is that whenever we are talking about organized real estate, constructed real estate, these apartments, each and one of these apartments or wherever, it's actually organized civil society. So all of them, whatever it is, they're already very, very efficient, energy, water-wise, waste, etc., in all in any way. And most importantly, we are seeing to it that the horizontal spread of cities stop, and we are going vertical. And this definitely will bring down the carbon footprints, and definitely will help in a very, very big way, because we are losing lots and lots of land all over the country for various other development. We need to be going through organized real estate. We need to be going vertical, and that's going to be the greenest thing, the way we can take it ahead. So I congratulate all of our members at CREDAI who have taken the first great step. Almost 40 million square feet registered on 72 projects. But I think, as Bowman said, the tsunami is yet to come. It's just the tip of the iceberg. You'll just be swamped with a lot of projects coming through. Having been part of both these organizations right since its inception, I used to always have this issue that we two organizations work in different silos. We have got very, very good facilities here. We've got wonderful skill sets available here on green. And here we are a great construction organization which is delivering great real estate in the entire country, building the new India. But somehow we could never get these two silos to work in tandem. And I should congratulate Bowman and Gurmeet who brought this together. We were always having an MOU, but it was always in paper. But this time we have really actioned that MOU, and I think congratulations to both Bowman and Gurmeet for having made it into action. We've got a great team at our IGBC headquarters at Hyderabad, very committed, very knowledgeable, and we have been dominating the space in the World Green Building Council, because India today is really being looked at as a Vishwaguru. Whatever we have been doing, whatever has been happening today in India is something which the world is emulating. Gone are the days when we really have to be looking at what the world does and then we follow. Today, what we do, the world follows. So I think this is a very, very good start. Looking forward to a very good and a great partnership between these two organizations. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, there is small request. Bowmanji, are you there?
So Bowmanji has moved out of the meeting, sir.
Oh, out of the meeting.
Yes.
Oh, 1 second, 1 second. Anyway, for the benefit of the members, so there was a request from our chairman Gurmeet ji to Mr. Boman Irani that he should join us our IGBC executive board. Boman ji, hello. You're already out of the line, but everybody is hearing. There is a request from the Gurmeet ji that you have to be on our executive board of the IGBC. It's our privilege. It's our. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, he has agreed. Mr. Bowman has agreed to be the executive board of the IGBC. Thank you.
Yeah, I would like to thank all the panelists, Mr. Bowman Irani, Mr. Gurmeet Singh Baroda, Mr. C. Shekhar Reddy, Mr. K. Sriram, Mr. Anand, and few more panelists from the CREDAI executive board and office bearers, and my colleague Puneet, and especially all the attendants, participants who have been patient throughout the program. Thanks so much for joining, and we wish everyone again the happy and prosperous the World Environmental Day, and we look forward for your support to enhance and take forward the green building movement in India. With this, we'll close the session. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great evening.
Thank you all. Thank you all CREDAI members who are joining in large numbers. Thank you. Have a great evening.